Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. We are discussing about the content points and the major concepts that has been discussed in different units of different units of different courses of MA education program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. We have started our discussion from the first course of MA education program, that is MES 011 Understanding Education. Course title is Understanding Education, and we have already discussed 11 units, and today we are discussing the 12th unit. That is, this unit is in the fourth block of MES 011 course. Unit title is Education, its dimensions. And in my earlier program, I have discussed, the first major content point, that is education and its distinctive features, in my first YouTube video program. And in this program, we'll discuss the other major concept, that is dimensions of education. So what are the different dimensions of education that being a master student you should understand? So friends, when we talk about the dimensions of education, certain things come to our mind, that it means what is the functions of education, what is the role of education. Education, when we pursue education, we engage ourselves in educational discourses, maybe formal education, maybe informal education, or maybe non-formal education. So the knowledge, skills, and the understanding that we acquire, so where we use it, and how that education will benefit the individual, how it helps the individual. Okay, so here we will discuss one by one about different dimensions. Means education works in what are the in which sector, in which areas, in which dimensions. First, we can say that education is an investment for economic benefit. So friends, we consider that the money that we spend in education, okay, so that is not a waste. Okay, that is, rather you can say, that is for our benefit. You can say the money that we spend in education is our own investment. That is for lifetime investment, that is for long generation wise investment, you can say, a long term investment. It means if you spend certain money for engaging yourself in educational discourses, for pursuing certain educational courses and programs, then definitely you will acquire certain skill. Okay, maybe a professional program, maybe general program, maybe any technical program, you will acquire certain skill, and that skill will further help you to engage yourself in world of work. Okay, you can be a craft person, you can be a teacher, you can be a bank officer, you can be a self-employed person, you can run your own business. Okay, so you can it means education helps the individual to be a self-sufficient person. Okay, a confident person, you can say an well-aware person, means who understands this society, who understand the development of this society, then accordingly who engage himself or herself in the world of work. So that's why when we talk about economic benefits or the financial condition of the people, you will find that this has a direct link with the education. You can say, you can give example that the community who are well educated, definitely a prosperous community, definitely you can say rich community, or you can say their socio-economic status, their socio-economic condition is good. And the community which is not properly educated, illiterate, you can say that the socio-economic condition of that community is poor. So that's why the one cause is the education. If we properly educate our generation, our children, then definitely their lifestyle will be different. Okay, definitely their future perspective will be different. So that's why we can say this is the first dimension of education, that education as an investment for economic development. It fulfills the bread and butter aim of the citizen, of the people. Okay, it enable the individual to engage themselves in different work, whatever nature of work it may be, but you will be engaged yourself, to do something, to earn something, to manage yourself, okay, to manage your family, further to be a productive citizen of the society, productive citizen of this country, of this nation. So this is the, you can say, education as a tool, education as a weapon, education as an instrument that feed the individual, that bring prosperity among the individual, for fulfilling their economic needs. So that's why this is the first dimension, that education is considered as an investment for economic benefit, individual economic benefit, further it leads for the national economic benefit, the country's economic benefit. Okay, so the this prosperity of this country depends upon the individual involvement. Okay, and the individual involvement, individual skilled, individual, you can say, development depends upon education, what education you have received. So that's why this is the first important dimension, that education as an investment for economic benefits. Then further we will discuss about education for social development. Friends, you see, when we talk about dimensions of education, we are very much aware about the National Curriculum Framework 2005. You see, in National Curriculum Framework 2005, you will find that these dimensions are discussed in many ways. When there is the discussion of curriculum, how to design the curriculum, what concept of mathematics, what content of science, what content of social science and language should be in elementary, senior secondary stage. At the time, you will find that how to include the societal practices, the cultural practices in our curriculum, how to represent our culture in the curriculum. Okay, how to, you can say, discuss the social practices that we do in our society, how to make it is a part of our curriculum, and how to enhance such practices in our curriculum discussion. So that's why it may be a part of debate, it may be a part of you can say school discussion on various themes, on various topics, okay, on various points which is related to society, which is related to our community. So that's why education is in the concurrent list of our constitution. So that's why when we design curriculum, especially at the state level, you will find that the diversities of our society, that also reflect in our curriculum. We consider that this is the beauty, this is our strength, okay, our diversities, that helps us for our growth. Okay, so this is the only community in the world, you can say, that's the India. We have huge diversities, still then we achieve unity in diversity. So such things, such spirit, such principles, it reflects in our curriculum. From the very beginning of school education, you can say, this has been incorporated in our curriculum. This is the principle of our curriculum, that it enhances among the students to acquire the values, to understand group living, to understand achieving unity in diversities. Okay, so that's why, friends, when we talk about, this is another dimension of education, that education for social development. I have already said that society is ever dynamic, society is ever changing. Okay, so you will find that there is the mobility, there is the movement of the society, mobility of the society. People are moving from one strata to other strata, one group to other group. Okay, so the things are ever raising, ever advancing, ever growing, ever changing. Okay, so that's why you can say education also helps for the development of the society. It brings changes in the society, it brings mobility in the society. Okay, it may be positive mobility, it may be horizontal mobility, it may be vertical mobility. So this is the education, this is it works as a weapon that brings changes in the society. So that's why social development is also another dimensions of education. Further, we can say education for political democracy. So friends, when we talk about a democratic society, a democratic form of government, we are very much concerned about the rights and duties. What is our duties and what is our rights? We consider that every individual of the nation, every individual of the country are having, you can say, enough power, enough energy. They have their own right. Okay, so they should get an opportunity. They should get a scope for their prosperity, for their growth. Okay, so whatever power, whatever energy they have, whatever understanding they have, so they should get an environment, for the blossom of their aptitude, for the blossom of their energy. Means the potential things, or the potential power, potential abilities that is with the individual, it should be functional. So that's why, friends, when we talk about the political democracy, in a political education helps the individual to understand, to understand and practice democracy. You see, in our country, in India, democracy is not a matter relating to a government. Rather, the sense of democracy, the philosophy of democracy, the spirit of democracy, every individual practices the spirit of democracy. Okay, the principle of democracy. It is imprinted with our day-to-day living. It may be our family living, it may be our living or our activities, our works in a society, in a professional field. At the same time, definitely our the function of our government is as per the democratic principle. So that's why this has been, education spread such democratic values, education spreads such values among the individual to practice democracy, to understand democracy and to practice democracy. Democracy is nothing that it will be taught. Rather, you can say one can practice it, one can understand it and practice it. So this sense, the values that has been earlier developed in this country, and the young child of this country, they groomed in such a way that develop the practice, they develop a sense of democracy, and they practice democracy in their day-to-day life. It may be a matter of a classroom, it may be a matter of a school, any educational institution, a family, a society, a community, a club, okay, any institution or any political institution also. Always we talk about democracy and practice democracy. It is part of our culture, it is part of our life. So that's why education helps the individual, education helps the people, helps the child to understand democracy and to practice democracy, and to behave in a democratic way. So this is also another dimension of education. Then further we can say that education and human right. We talk about human right, how to retain the human right. Okay, every individual, you can say, they have their expectation, they have, you can say, they have their understanding. Okay, we never consider a person as a subject. We consider that a person as a citizen, a part of this country. They construct this country. Okay, so you can say everyone, may be a child, maybe an adult person, everyone is having their rights. So that's why we can also give the example of Right to Education Act. So every child of this country, they have the right to get education. This is the government of the state. They should provide free and compulsory education to each and every individual, each and every child of this country. So that's why education helps the person to acquaint themselves and to understand about their right, what is their right and what they should get. This is not only about right, rather their responsibilities, their duties, what an individual should do for this country. Okay, country also depends certain things from the individual, from the citizen. So empowering citizen, then if you empower the citizen by providing right education, then definitely the society or the nation where the citizens are living, if they are well educated, they will productive enough, and they will provide, you can say, means that society will be an enlightened society, a progressive society. Further, the ethical development, this is also another dimensions of education, achieving the ethical development. One should work with moral, one should develop the moral values, understand, one should have, you can say, the human values. Okay. Then further, education also helps to understand the culture, to preserve the culture, to transmit the culture, at the same time to develop the culture. Okay. So further, you can say education also works for developing the aesthetic values, the beauties of the society, the beauties of the environment, the beauties of any literature. So friends, these are certain important dimensions one should understand, being a master student of education. One should understand that education works for achieving these dimensions, and its functions is in these dimensions. So friends, we have discussed unit 12 in 2 videos, and in our next program we'll discuss the last unit of this course, MES 011, that is unit 13. In our next program we'll discuss unit 13. Thank you.